Just want to show you how clean is the engine. This engine is 240,000 miles. As you can see, there's like zero oil leak, just no oil leaks. There's probably slight moist here. It's coming from the valve cover, which is nothing. Apart from that, the wet bit here is from the coolant, which we're going to fix. Just nothing. Right, so what we've got is Volkswagen Sharan. It's 2007. It suffers from a dual mass flywheel vibration under load, and he's losing water as well. I think I might find where the water leak is, but we'll get to that later. And also there's a slight play in the right half shaft. So first things first, I already put a dye in the coolant system. We're going to do a check on the hex shaft on the oil pump, because these engines suffer from that problem and they're losing oil pressure. In case you have to take this off for any reason, just make sure that you press both top and bottom and then pull it off. This is for the coolant level sensor. I just took off these two bolts and I'll put that on the side later, but I have to take off first that plastic surround. A 10mm bolt there. There was a 10mm bolt over here I already took off. So what I'd like to do is, when I have a chance, I just screw back the bolts on their position, just so later I don't have to mucking about and figure out which bolt came from where. Right, so I think we found the leak. It's coming off that connection here. Oh yes, you could see just now there's a wee drop. Just see the screwdriver. That's it. It drops in here. So I think we like to find that it's a fairly easy fix, I guess. Just seal, probably. Yeah, you could see. The puddle. It's eliminating here. That puddle. So that fluid is actually quite helpful. Find out what easy leak. Next step is to take off that trim here, and then we have to take off the cables for the gear shifter, and then we'll move under the car. Right, so for all Sharan owners, you could see where your cabin filter is, under that tray. That tray is it's a bitch to take off, but yeah. So the cables are quite easy. You just pull this up back, screw it, and the cable is coming off. That's it. So the cable is out. And then the other one. So that's the cable out. And all we have to do now is take off these two shifters. That's 13mm here, and also I think there's a circuit here. Yeah, there's a circuit here on that one. So that's it. So you can see how this clip securing the shaft. So to unclip it, you have to pull this up and out. Really straightforward. Next is the air filter hosing. We have to take it out because we need access to the engine mount. This is the left engine mount, the right engine mount, and we're not taking this off. Just take off only the top bolt that will allow us to tilt the engine, just so we could take out the gearbox and just don't put too much strain on the actual engine mount. Before we go under the car, we have to take the bracket that is holding the cables for the gear shifter. So there's 1, 2, 3 bolts. They are 13mm spanner bolts. So as we see here, we could take off the top bolt of the starter motor. As we're here, we will take off also the hydraulic pipe for the safe cylinder on the clutch. It's like a wire circlip here, so we have to pull this up and then pull out the hose that way. So just put a screwdriver and just press it up like so. There you go. It just lock itself in a maximum position, so you know when you go to the maximum position. You just click. That's off, so we could pull out the pipe. But before that, either you clamp here with the vice grips or a hose clamp. Alright, so that's the clip off, and we just have to pull out the pipe. I have these rubber cups. I'll just put that at the end of the hose, and it will stop the brake fluid leaking. You'll see. So it's pretty straightforward. I'll keep my hands off. So you just wiggle a bit, pull it up. That's it. And now you could just put the rubber cap. That's it. So no leak on the brake fluid. So we're done here. Just put that on the side. There's also this cable. This is for the reverse light. There's underneath. See better, but I'll do it from here. I just have to pull out the clip. So that's it. That's the reverse light out. Next thing to take is the lower ball joint here. Take out the lower ball joint just so we could we can take the bolts from the flange on the drive shaft, these bolts, and we don't have to take off the drive shaft from the wheel side, from the bearing side. Once we take out the bolts, we could just put on the side. That's the front left drive shaft, as you see it in the car. So the right drive shaft, what we have to take off is these two bolts here, the bolts from the flange on the inner CV joint, and again we can just take that intermediate shaft, pop it off the gearbox. Actually, it will pop off from the step shaft here, because the step shaft is remaining in the gearbox. And because we are going to take off the oil sump to check the oil pump, and also we have to rethread the sump plug here, because the threads are stripped, and we'll use the chance that while it's off, we'll already cut the threads. Because we're going to take this off, we have to take out this bracket. It's held with a couple bolts. Take off the pipe which is coming from the turbo out the jubilee clip here. So once we take off this, the oil sump will be free to drop. I'll do that last. First I'll drop the gearbox. Once I get drop the gearbox, I'll have better access to the bolts which are hidden just in this hose. Instead of make my life difficult, I'll just drop the gearbox first and then the oil sump and take it from there. There's the oil level and oil temperature sensor, that's off. LUK has a real nice app for the phone. That app, it gives you all the information you need for your flywheel. So when you pop in the serial number of the flywheel kit, or if you order just a pressure plate with a friction plate, it will show you all the specifications, all the torques for the boats, and if you are going to change the dual mass flywheel, it shows you pretty much all the specifications and what is the allowable play on the flywheel, just so you can decide if you want to change it or not. So this is the app. I'll show you how it works. It's really simple. Right, so for our kit, it's a full kit. It's a dual mass flywheel, pressure plate, friction plate, slave cylinder as well, and all the bolts. So the number of that kit is 600. This is for my specific vehicle. 001300, and press search. So there it is. So the first now, I don't know, I think the camera can focus on the small prints, but so the first one is maximum free play. This is the radio free play. So this is in degrees, and this is 20 degrees. The next one is the ring gear teeth count. So if you don't have the gauge to measure this play in degrees, you could just count the teeth. Pretty much what I've done in the video. You just mark the ring gear and mark the back of the flywheel and the front of the flywheel, sorry, and keep the back of the flywheel steady, and spin the ring gear, and then you count how many teeth pretty much it moved, and you decide from there. So the maximum is 7 teeth, and anything around, I would guess 5-6 teeth. You better change the flywheel, because if you change the pressure plate with the friction plate, this dual mass flywheel won't survive another, say, 60 or 100,000 miles, and probably on halfway of the life, even less, with the friction plate and the pressure plate, you have to change the flywheel. So anything around 5 teeth, you better change the whole kit. And then the next one is the maximum rock play. They call it rock play. It's the axial play. It's like forward and backward, so that's in millimeters, and it's 2.9 millimeter for this specific kit for that car. And then was that that's a friction plate. It says that the kit is coming with a friction plate, also included bolts. Right. So the kit includes bolts for the flywheel and bolts for the pressure plate, so it's all new because they're not reusable. Especially the bolts for the flywheel, they're stretchable, so you have here the torque for the flywheel bolts, and you could see it's 60 Newton meter plus 90 degrees. And once you take off these bolts, you have to replace them. That's why the kit is coming with the bolts. So there you have it.